can you get your cat? No! Hi everyone. I apologize first off for anyone watching this video. My quality was not the best in this video. I have been sick for most of 2026 already, so you'll probably see my hands shaking a bit and stuff. Do apologize again. And as you probably noticed, I had some unsolicited help. So that was kind of taking my attention away as well. But today we are here in the dollhouse with Azalea and Emily getting ready for Valentine's Day. We have some fun crafts planned. We've got a cute little shoe box turned into a Valentine's Day box, along with some Valentines, a box of chocolates that does close and open, a couple of teddy bears, and also a little jewelry box. There's a jewelry box right there. I do have a little necklace that goes inside as well. But I hope you enjoy. To make our chocolate box, I start by punching some holes out of a muffin wrapper. I arrange them kind of like little Mickey Mouse ears and glue them together. And then I get started on making some little clay candies. I wish I had polymer. All we had was air dry. I made some chocolates, some chocolate covered strawberries, and little kind of cherries jubilee. You'll see them kind of painted later on. I made 7 total to go in my little box. For the box, I cut three layers of cardstock in our little heart printable. The third layer, I actually glued the heart on so that you can see I'm tracing it out with an X-Acto knife to get a little rim. And then I glued all of those pieces together for the top and the bottom. The bottom has a wider rim so that it fits inside the top. After painting, I took a 1/4 inch strip of paper and hot glued it around inside the rim to make the rest of the lid. And then I just dry fit it, made sure it fit, gave it another quick coat of paint, and then covered it all in a layer of Mod Podge. I elected to add a little ribbon heart on the top of mine as well. And here I am just kind of touching up the little chocolates and strawberries. I hot glued them into the little wrappers, and then I took some tissue paper to stuff it all, make it look nice and pretty. And here it is completed. Okay, onto the jewelry box. I used a printable again, just cut it out on cardstock. And then I'm using the actual printable as a guide for folding and cutting those little tabs. I managed to forget how to wrap things here, so you can see I'm just kind of cutting the tabs. I'm going to fold it up and hot glue it together at the corners to make a nice little box. And then I completely messed up wrapping it in my little black fabric. It turned out all right. I got the top and the bottom both wrapped. I added a little piece of ribbon in the middle to kind of make a little cushion, just glue that in, and then I put a tab of fabric attached to the top and the bottom on the back to make a little hinge so it actually opens and closes. And then I took apart an old choker, just kind of took a couple of pieces of the chain and added a little gem on it, and just tightened it back up to make a quick little necklace to go inside of our cute little jewelry box. And Azalea loves it. Onto our teddy bear. I do apologize, I was out of frame for a lot of this. I'm going to have instructions in the February edition of At Home with Azalea on our blog when that comes out. I use 2 pipe cleaners. Here you can see this fluffier stem. I wish I had those. You'll get a fluffier teddy bear if you have a fluffier stem. But I did not have 2 of those, so I used the regular ones here. And I wish we had a regular color. It's kind of hard to see the eyes. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of bending it almost to the end. I'm leaving about as much as I would like to have for the full length of the bear. And then I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to get probably about maybe 5 to 7 centimeters, give it a quick twist. That's going to be the little bear's snout. So I'm kind of bending it over, and I'm gonna take my end and I'm gonna wrap it kind of through and kind of pull it almost all the way through and then wrap it back around the other way. It's gonna look like it's shaped like a little heart. That's gonna be Teddy Bear's ears. So you see I'm pulling that through. And then the loose end, I'm gonna take and wrap around the snout a couple of times. And just to kind of build up that little nose area, and then tuck the rough end in. So you'll see I'm kind of off camera, sorry, but I'm wrapping that around Teddy Bear's snout, giving his ears a quick twist, and kind of pointing him down so he's a nice kind of triangular shaped head. So now I'm going to take the long end here, and I'm going to thread it back through the end of the snout that's still exposed and pull it almost all the way through. Again, I want to leave a little bit to be kind of the length of the body and the little nub for tail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around one ear. So you see I'm making a tail, well, kind of see I'm making a tail at the end there, giving a twist to hold the rest of the body in place, and then that long end I'm going to wrap around his ear, come back under the, or around the ear, and then back through the back of the head again, and back up around the front of the head around the other ear. And that's going to kind of help to fluff out his face a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap that around again, just to kind of use up some of that excess, build up his cheeks, and then I'm going to eventually wrap it around his neck. I'm so sorry it's out of frame. I don't know what was going on with my camera work. But like I said, I'm going to have step-by-step instructions in the February edition of At Home with Azalea with pictures. So there I am kind of tucking this in, making sure there's not a pointy end because my kiddo will be playing with these. Give a couple of twists there, make sure everything's in place. And that's his basic like little spine and his head. The second little pipe cleaner is going to be for his arms, legs, and his belly. So once I got everything kind of positioned where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and grab that other pipe cleaner. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to make a little loop. So I'm going to kind of estimate about how long it's going to be both arms across the body. Give it a twist, and then I'm going to actually push it so that the knot, the twist, is going to be actually kind of at the front of his throat. So you see I'm making a T shape there, and I'm going to slide his little body through. Okay, and that's going to be his top arms. Give them a quick twist up and down to keep them in place here. All right, and then I'm just going to wrap it around him about twice, and then I'm going to use the length of the upper arms as a reference to make his lower arms, his little legs. Another quick twist here on each leg. And then it's just going to be a matter of kind of wrapping the excess around his body to build up his little belly area so he looks like a nice round puffy teddy bear. So I just use up the rest of the pipe cleaner, kind of wind up his abdomen. I go back down around his lower legs and kind of bring it up crisscross, making sure that I'm going around his little tail. And then at the very end, I can go ahead and I tuck that rough end again, kind of under his tail, and I can use the pliers to pull his tail up, and that hides that rough end as well. And there's not really a like perfect way to do any of this. Every teddy bear turns out a little bit different. They're super easy once you get the hang of it. It's just a matter of twisting and getting everything to where you like it. You can see I'm gonna hide that little end up under his tail and then move his little arms forward. And our basic teddy bear is done. I didn't have any plastic eyes, so I took some little tiny pins and painted them. Wish I would have used a drop of glue on the top to make them a little bigger. You can hardly see his little eyes. But I went ahead and I did that. You can see I'm cutting the ends off of those pins, and then I did dip them in hot glue before dipping them in my crafter's glue to actually glue them in. I don't want any chances of my kiddo poking herself. Little pink bead for his nose, and that finishes him off. These are the printables for the little cards, the little Valentines. The ones that I printed off, I don't know what's wrong with our printer. It's really not the best. The printables are nice and clear though. You can see just print them on cardstock. I covered them with a little bit of tape and then just cut them out. Here is the box, also out of cardstock. I'm about to get another cat on my lap as I'm trying to cut everything out. So I'm just using an X-Acto knife to add, I didn't have this part drawn in, just add a little slice at the top of the box so that we can actually put our little Valentines in. And here is me about to figure out how to fold this box back up. It took me a few minutes to remember how to fold my own box. Here we go. Yay! It opens and closes. I just resized basically a real Littles box, took one apart to make, and then resized it down to make it a little smaller for my dolls. Our printable, I do have like lines drawn on where you fold it, and then it's just a matter of wrapping it. Little shoe box to make a cute little Valentine's Day box. And I decided to decorate it like a little unicorn for Emily, and that's it.